Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Kari and I'm kicking it with
Desto Dubb off a lot of it, yes sirski.
Yes. How are you doing today?
I'm blessed. It's a new year.
Man.
You know, we right here in my downtown location. You know, I'm glad to be here.
You're looking good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You need to like tell us what's been going on with you. I know you have so much about. First of all, like what are you doing right now?
Right now, as y'all know, this is the first year that we having a Super Bowl and we having an actual football team to go to the Super Bowl. Something like this haven't happened in decades. So I'm just gearing up for Super Bowl weekend in LA. I know it's gonna be a lot of artists out here. I know it's gonna be a lot of people. So I want to make sure that I take that opportunity to kind of, you know, interact with a lot of them. You know, gift bags, shows. You know, just really making the most out of this weekend here at Super Bowl.
I really love the way you support people, like, and you're always just like giving back, like you said. I just love that about you. Why is that so important for you to do that? Like, just show love to other people.
Really, it's become because I done been on the other side of the fence where, like, you know, just like a little bit of love, it might not make you or break you, but what it will do is inspire you or give you that boost to keep going just by acknowledging the person or just like saying hi. Something that'll cost you nothing could low-key change this person's life just by the way they look at you. So I always been a big giver upper, giver back to, you know, because I always wanted somebody to do that to me. So now that I'm in a position that I'm in, I'm gonna do that type of thing myself.
Perfect. Okay, let's take it back to a little bit about like how you first started. I know you were doing it out of your truck at first. Yeah. How is that now transitioning from like how you went from doing it in your truck and now you have 2 different locations now in LA? How is that, and what was the difficulties you had to face going through that whole transitioning?
Well, it's like, you know, anything when you're doing something new is gonna be difficult, but like I always learned, the harder it is, the more it's worth it. So basically, when I first got my store, you know, it was something like a sublease, and it was a bad situation where I didn't sign a contract. I just gave somebody some money for a store, and 3 months into that store, they were trying to evict me. And I didn't, you know, I'm contacting the person, I'm talking to them, they not replying, you know, so that was like my first real experience with having a store. But the crazy thing is, when I was selling in a parking lot when I first started, I probably was making more money from clothes per day in a parking lot than I do having 2 stores.
Really? Why?
Because it's the thing, when I was in the parking lot, I was selling clothes, I was selling weed, I had no overhead, I had no employees.
Okay, so you was making full profit.
Full profit. The only thing I was paying for was a parking spot and giving my homies who haven't got with me $100 a day. You know, now that I got stores, I can't sell weed in the stores, so that cut the money down. You know, that's illegal. And then besides that, it's like I got employees, I got rent. You know, I got lights. You know, before it was just gas in my van, and I didn't even have to put gas in it because I didn't go nowhere. I just parked the van. But the thing about it is, I'm reaching more people than I did in that parking lot. So it's better. But it's just different now. That's the whole thing. And I love it. You know, I love every part of it, learning it.
Okay, so now that you own 2 different stores, how can you, like, I guess for like the entrepreneurs, what exactly is like a set budget you have to try to pursue something like how you did?
First of all, be realistic. Be very realistic. Don't just have like an idea or a business that's doing well for like a couple of months. You know, I suggest if you want to go and get a storefront, have a business you've been doing it for more than a year, a couple of years, and within that time frame, you've seen your elevation. You know, I didn't jump straight into having a store. I jumped straight into selling out of my trunk. So when me selling out of my trunk, I knew that people were coming to buy this. You know what I mean? So then I went and got a storefront. Vice versa, trying to have like an online store that's doing well, then you're like, I want a storefront. And you're like, whoa, like people aren't coming in as much as they did online. So, and then the other thing is, if you do get a storefront, just like, you know, try to go as legit as possible. You know, get you a cash register, you know, get you a square, you know, pay your employees what the minimum wage is, because a lot of them things can come back and bite you in the ass if you don't. And besides that, just try to have enough capital so even if you don't sell nothing for 3 months, you're able to still maintain your store, because sometimes it takes a minute, you know, for like people to come out and your shit to start booming how you want it to.
How did you come up with the exact phrase, "That's an awful lot"? Like,
it was just an incident I had when I was younger. You know, I was pulled over. You know, a cop said some smart shit like, "That's an awful lot of cough syrup," and then like that shit just always stuck in my head.
It was a cop that said that to you?
Yeah, and it just always really just stuck in my fucking head since then. Then one day, like, it just came back full circle because I always was in the clothes, but I just having a catchy ass slogan like this, it just went from there to like, okay, I need to put this on my brand, and then it just became like my Supreme logo.
Yeah, that's cool as hell. Okay, so now that you pretty much are established, you're already established in this clothing brand, clothing business and stuff. Now you're doing rap. I've seen your music.
I started off doing music first, and the clothes was really supposed to be the merch to my music.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
but the clothes ended up taking off more than the music
exactly,
did.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're still doing both, so I like that about you. You're still keeping both going. How far are you looking to take your rap career?
I really like, at this point, you know, I started off just wanting to be like the biggest and whatever, but at this point, it's like just an expensive hobby. And another thing that I realized is like when I rap about stuff and I kind of speak it into existence. You know, like I was rapping about cars that I didn't have. I have them now. I was rapping about places that I said I lived. I didn't live there at the time. Now I do live there. So it's kind of like I rap just to like tell my future.
So, okay, where are you originally from? You're LA, right? LA,
Watts, California.
Okay.
LA.
Watts, though, that's exactly where, okay. How can you give us a little background about that? Just about how it was growing up?
Watts is like, you know, it's the east side. You know, like I stayed like preferably probably like a mile away from the projects, you know, or less really. So it's like when you stand over there, a lot of shit that most people in the middle class or in just nice environments, they don't deal with. So it was really rough and rugged where I grew up. And I feel like that's what like kind of like turned me into a hustler, that was kind of made like this clothes my new hustle. I wouldn't be able to see. That's the thing. A lot of these people that do clothes, they like trying to be designers. They trying to do this. I'm a hustler, and the clothes is my product. So I'm gonna like hustle this product the best way I can.
Do you want to move out of LA?
I wanna have property everywhere at this point. So not like preferably like move out of LA because I own property in LA, but I do want to be able to travel the world.
Okay, but you'll never like move out of LA. Like,
no, I would. I'm damn near probably about to buy some shit in Atlanta and go there and like plant the seed. You know, when you plant the seed, you can't just drop it and leave. You got to stay there for a few months and water it and get it going. Yeah. And you can come back and then go and plant a seed somewhere else.
That's dope. So you're looking forward to like move stuff over to Atlanta. Yeah, that's a good market too. My
demographic over there is crazy. I know. They love it.
Literally. I see everybody. I was just there last week and everyone has either a beanie or socks or something. Literally. So it's for sure big out there. Okay. The drop you had with Moneybagg Yo, the Waukesha, how did that come about?
It's so crazy. I was at one of my buddies' houses just like, you know, grabbing some bud from, shout out my boy Mo with Truffles. And, you know, me and him were having an argument, and then somebody just chimed in on the argument with a ski mask on. And I'm like telling him like, bruh, like are you retarded, bruh? Like, are you like, what are you talking about? No, like that would never happen. He's like, bruh, I'm telling you, I know, da 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 da. And then like he take the mask off. I'm like, oh fuck, it's Moneybagg. Like, oh, what up, bro? And then, you know, like we was just smoking and chilling. And then he like, I told him like, bro, like I think we should do some shit. And he like, real? And then I told him again like, he was like, what's your clothing line? Like, you wore my shit before. Then I showed him the picture of him wearing my hoodie. Like, oh, that's your shit. That shit hard. Everybody was commenting on it. He was like, sure, let's do it. Yeah. So then we had like, at first we was just gonna do like an awful lot of bags or something. But then when the Waukesha song dropped, it was only right to do the Waukesha. Whose idea was it? Like,
it was
his. It was his. I was just hyped on just doing a collab with him. Yeah. You know, he the one was like, no, Waukesha about to be the song. We need to do the collab around this.
Oh, that's good. Do you come up? Are you the one behind every single like collab? Like,
I can't take I'll make most of the connections, but the designs vary. You know, I could come up with an idea, and my graphic designer will probably like, he'll probably like, you know, make it out or draw it out, and sometimes he'll draw something better, or sometimes he'll have a wholly different idea, you know, to go with it, and I'll go with it, you know. So initially I start off with the ideas, but sometimes, you know, they take it and change it, and I'll be like, oh, that is fire, you know, that's kind of what I was thinking, but you flipped it.
Okay, yeah.
It's important to have graphic designers. People, there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to come up with every design yourself, bro. It's only so much your one mind can think. You are one person. You know, these graphic designers study art. They study different ways of doing it. You know, different ways to initiate what you want. So, you know, get you a good graphic designer. Get you a few of them.
Okay. What's your opinion on, like, I guess you could say, like, the rap scene, the rap industry right now?
Music industry is what it is. It's $1 billion entity that's making money. The only thing that I feel like is a lot of these kids look at the music industry and think that's like, you know, that's their way out. That's what they have to do. And like, I'm a preach that you don't have to do that to live the way they live. To make millions of dollars, to drive nice cars, to date women, to travel the world. You could do that same thing, you know, selling clothes, selling shoes. I just had a homie right now, he sells hats, bro. He's killing it. So, you know, just because you want to live the life somebody lived, that don't mean you got to do the things that they do to get it, you know? Yeah. Be safe, be smart. You only get one life. You know, this is not a movie, kids. This is not, you're not Lil Wayne. You're not, you know, a lot of these people were raised in circumstances that made them what they are. You weren't raised that way. So sometimes use your mind and your brain and your labor and your heart to get other places, because you're gonna spend all this time, energy trying to be a rapper, trying to be a ball player, when you could use that same time, energy, money on something else and probably get there way quicker than you would trying to be an athlete or a fucking musician.
I know you be around a lot of, like, you know, different artists, different people all the time. What's, like, I guess you could say your most craziest, like, encounter or, like, experience or, like, anything crazy that's happened to you, like, being around?
The craziest was one time I'm hanging out with, like, Young Thug. I just brought him, like, my new drop that's not out yet. And he's like, what you doing tonight? I'm like, shit. He's like, let's go to Vegas.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I gotta call my girl, bro. I can't just go to Vegas. He like, yeah, we going to Vegas. You wanna come? So I'm like, ended up chilling, talking to my girl. She said I can go.
Oh, you gotta get permission?
Yeah, I gotta get permission. Going. And like, we going, you know, you just Vegas, whatever. We driving in the car, we get on a private jet. You know, the stewardess is coming around checking everybody IDs, counting. It was one person over. So, you know, evidently I'm looking at her go up and down, everybody playing fake sleep or whatever, Thug sleep. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just about to go home, bro. Like, cause I know, like, I ain't tripping, I'm just gonna go home. I jump up, get off the jet, go down, get in the car, tell the drivers to give them my address. See somebody run knocking on, like, Dub, you tripping? Doug said, come back. Doug tell me, like, no, Dub, you coming. Told one of his other homies to get off the jet. Fly to fucking Vegas. End up meeting up with fucking, like, Cash XO or some shit.
Oh, wow.
And having, like, a crazy ass night, staying in the biggest hotel house I ever seen in Vegas.
Wow. And that was probably, that's like your best.
And that was just the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Like, we was there for 3 days. Like,
oh, wow.
And the thing was, I lost probably like 20,000.
Where you gambled out there?
I gambled. But like, I'm high, I'm gambling. What, 3 days of gambling, you're not even keeping up with what you lose. You damn near in your mind, you thinking like, no, I must have left that money at home. I just didn't lose that much. End up losing about 20,000. Thug lose about 700,000. We end up on the way home. I'm like, let's do a collab. And he like, let's do it. So it was just like, that was like probably like from Friday to Sunday, the craziest 3 days of my life.
That's dope. Is I guess like what you thought, like when you first started this brand, and did you see, like, are you satisfied now, sitting here now? Are you satisfied with what your work has done now, or you feel like you still have more, or you feel
I'm
like
never satisfied. Like, I love it, I appreciate it, but I always be like, if I was just satisfied at this and I'm staying at this level, then it's gonna evidently fall.
Crumble, yeah.
Nothing's gonna stay, you know. So I gotta go up. So when it falls, we still above water. You know what I mean? You can't just stay right here and think that, no, because it's gonna steadily down. So if you go up, it's gonna stay. Yeah, more drop, you will already be up there. So I'm just always like, okay, like I said, I used to make more money when I was in the parking lot, but now I make more money online. So it's like, if I was just being happy.
You're getting all these people from different places,
yeah. And then even besides that, like now we're like on some like Louis Vuitton indoor shit. Like even people come in, get their number, tell them when some new shit come out, tell them we can ship it to them. You know what I mean? It's just like, I didn't just stay there. I'm like, how can I make it better? How can I make it this? How could I, pay them, you know? Just like, I'm always thinking of ways to make it better, to expand it, and to try to do it to where it's less work. Like, at first I wore all the hats. I'm taking the hat off. I'm not a cashier no more. I'm not a salesman no more. I don't do my Shopify no more. I don't print my clothes no more. You know what I mean? Like, I'm giving these hats to people so I can have more time to think and do other things.
That's really, so you were all once wearing those hats before, and now they're just starting to fall off. That's dope. That's good. That's how you want it to go.
One of the craziest things a person ever told my boy Bird, Roddy Rich manager, he said, Doug, like, I'm pulling up to Roddy Rich to do a tiny desk, and I'm bringing an outfit. He like, Doug, where your team at? I'm like, I don't be rolling around with niggas like that. I'm by myself. He said, bruh, like, there's no way nobody does it by themselves. You make yourself look small by saying I do it by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, that shit is cool, but when you're trying to be big, you know, you gotta have a team, bro. And when he told me, I'm like, you right. And I started getting a team. Started getting people I trust. And it's like, even, you gotta trust people. And they gotta, like, you can't just go in there thinking they gonna do this,
how do you make your picks? Like, how do you distinguish which?
It's how I meet people. You know, I feel like I'm kind of like, my name Joshua, it's in the Bible, and I just really go off with just like how I meet people. Like, one of my employees used to sell shoes in front of the store. He got robbed. I gave him a job. You know, another girl I used to know worked at Louis Vuitton. You know what I mean? She came to work for me. You know, that's a big, huge like price gap from working for somebody. And I was just like, you know, like, she came to do this, and she ended up being like my regional manager.
Yeah.
You know, another girl who I like ran into one day just out, and she like said she do clothes, you know, just on like some other shit. I'm like, damn, like, followed up, like, now she's one of my manufacturers. Like, every person I run into, it'd be like how I meet you. You know, I'm not like looking for people.
I know you're very close with Draco as well. Can you tell us a little bit about how your relationship was with him, like your friendship was with him?
That was like my brother, you know what I mean? Like, when I met Draco, like, I just made it like, you ever seen like Lil Wayne and Mac Main? Mm-hmm. That was me and Draco.
Oh,
I made it my mission to make sure he was straight, make sure he was good. Any connection I had, I gave to him. Any advantage that I thought of, I would, you know, coach him on it. He was like the star player for the city. And I, you know, if I wasn't the coach, I was the point guard. So like, that was me and Draco. If you wanted to put, actually, like, you know, that's how we was. My brother, but again, like, that was like the person I like. He was younger than me, so I made sure he was straight.
I like how you turned down those rumors too about like they're saying how like his family couldn't afford or something like that the funeral. I'm glad you turned down those rumors and make that
he a
very
legend,
much clear.
bro. It's too many people with money. It's not no problem. Like,
right. That's why I'm like, I'm glad you came out and you made that very clear as day that that's not no problem. So yeah, that's really good. Good though. Well, how I know obviously his passing was probably devastating for you. How are you holding up with that? And you know,
I'm just trying to keep his image alive. Like, if you go outside, I got the whole wall painted with his fucking face. Yeah. You know what I mean? I got his soda machine in here. You know, I'm just not trying to let like his image die. Like, okay, he passed away, but like he's still here. You know what I mean? So that's my main thing. Just like not letting like what he worked for go in vain.
Perfect. That's really.
Because he was really big on just like being like, I'll do this for LA. He wasn't even doing it for him. He like he got tired of like LA not being at the top, or the people that's at the top from LA like having putting this bad image like we all just gangbangers, or but you know what I mean? We all wear like no, like LA we dress, LA we had the same amount of ice as y'all, had the same cars as y'all, you know what I mean? So he just wanted to put LA on the map. Like, if you ask anybody right now, they say, oh, Atlanta is winning, it's New York, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, he didn't like that. He really wanted to put like California, LA, you know, thing with LA artists, bro, a lot of people you blow up in LA or in California, you just stay in California. You know what I mean? You can name a ton of people, only California people know. Draco was a name they knew around the world. Like, around the world, around the country. And he just wanted to make so much noise that he lifted up the whole city with him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, nobody else doing features like that with niggas. Like, who just run around giving features? You know what I mean? Like, if you a buzzing artist, he not charging you. Nobody's doing that. Who's jumping in? Who's running around doing videos with like up and coming artists who got a song with Drake? If you look at it, how many people got a song with Drake? How many of them with Drake you're able to still do songs with?
Right.
But that was the problem too. It's just too gave too much love. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can't give too much love,
right?
Because they see it as a weakness.
What's your take what's your take on like the whole thing on rappers and artists, you know, like gone too soon all the time? What's like, how do you feel about that? What do you think is the problem?
It's a light bulb burn the brightest before it burn out. And a lot of people just be like so caught up on trying to be the best and trying to be this and be that, they don't realize, like, you know, you already winning. You know? Like, you know, they just running, trying to like push this barrier instead of like, you push the barrier, step back, look at the barrier. Push the barrier, step back, you look at the barrier. You know what I mean? You gotta keep making yourself better, you know? But like a lot of people just be trying to chase that, you know, that brightness. You know what I mean? Like me right now, like I'm winning, but I'm still I'm working every day. I'm steady. I'm steady, but I'm not like over jumping where like I could be. You know, I jump out sometime, then I'll be back chill. I jump out, if I just kept pushing, like, oh, I'll run here, now I'm flying with there, now I'm in Atlanta with them, now I'm hanging out with these people, I'll burn out.
For real. So you try to keep yourself
I go
like,
home.
Limited as much.
I go home. You know, I'm not every place that I could be. You know what I mean?
That's good.
I'm at like 70% of that. It's just that 70% is bigger than most people 20% of the place. You know what I mean? Like my network is so big, it's so many places I could be. I don't go to everything.
That's why I'm like, how are you even able to like juggle all this and be at some places?
I don't go to everything. Like if I really went to everything that I was supposed to, it'd be like now I'll really just be on some chilling shit. Like you came, like today I really didn't do nothing until this interview. I could have been doing so much stuff. Could have been here with him, being over there. Then went to this store, but it's like, you know, during the weekday, push it. Yeah. Then on the weekends, I chill, because that's when shit bullshit be happening. Especially since Draco passed, it's just like, it made me realize like, I'm already a legend. I gotta maintain this shit. But with me maintaining it, I'm still breaking the barriers. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm not competing with nobody, bro. You can tell me somebody else. I swear to God, I don't look at nobody clothing line, nobody Instagram. Be like, I want to be like them. I'm in a race with them. I'm just in my own lane that I created myself, and I'm just staying in there. You know what I mean? Good. I jump and fuck with people, but I'm in my own lane. I'm in my own car. I got my own security. I got my own money. You know what I mean?
It's really good. What I just want to ask you, what artists do you think you've seen most with your clothes on? Like what's
most? Yeah, would probably be like Lil Duke. Draco really was the person that wore it the most, and he ain't even been out that long. And he would wear that shit like change his outfit 2-3 times a day and put on concert. But it'd be like Draco, it'd be like Lil Duke, it'd be like my boy Baby Smooth, my boy B's be putting that shit on, Babyface Ray, Lou Graham, all my Detroit niggas in LA, all of this thing team wearing my shit, you know.
You probably see it so much on everyone. You probably like, I don't think everyone's wearing
videos
so
I don't even see that it be in. Like, I'll be chilling with niggas. They be like, bro, I wore it in this video. I'll be like, play it. Be like, damn, I didn't even know you had it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thug for sure wears it the most. Like, and a lot of shit y'all be seeing, I don't even know. Like, I'll be designing shit for people. Like Draco whole tour merch, I did that shit. So whenever you see that, that's like something I made again.
Anything else you would like to say or like give advice to anybody else? Just, you know, anything last word?
Be smart. If you got something, keep working at it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with like, you know, switching something up if it's not working for you. You know, rapping ain't for everybody. You know, just like making clothes ain't for everybody. But I swear if you put the same energy into clothes or having a product, because product outweighs talent 1,000%, you gonna win. Make sure y'all smoke loose leaf, awful lot of loose leaf. Make sure y'all try my awful lot of pina colada with exotic pop. Make sure y'all come by the stores, Melrose or downtown.
Period. And make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Desto, for giving me your time today. I very appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.